Jesus told. The parable of the talents. As always in Jesus's parables, there are two stories being told. In the case of the parable of the talents, one is the story about an employer and his 3 deputies, while the other is a message to you and me. It is appropriate that the word talent appears in this story because it has 2 different meanings. In the lifetime of Jesus, a talent was a large sum of money. It was equivalent to 20,000 times one day's pay for many people. Since the working week had 6 days, that works out at more than 3,000 years' pay. So yes, a talent was a great deal of money. The businessman's 3 deputies are entrusted with different amounts of money, no doubt depending on their previous experience. The first man receives 5 talents, more than 60% of the total. He is a trusted individual, possibly of many years' standing. The second man gets 2 talents, or 25% of the total. Maybe he has done this before, or proven himself to be a good worker, but has not previously been trusted with finance. The third worker gets 1 talent, 12.5% of the total. Perhaps he is a new employee or on the equivalent of work experience. Whatever the circumstances, he does not have the full trust of his employer. The employer goes away as planned and returns sometime later. The employee with 5 talents has been involved in trade and achieved a 100% return for his master. The employer is rightly pleased and promotes the man. The second worker has also achieved a 100% return and is likewise promoted. But what of the third man? He did nothing with the money but simply hid it in the ground and returned nothing more than the original sum. The employer was, of course, angry. Not only had the worker failed in the task given him, but had also insulted his boss as to the way he made money. The boss pointed out that the very least he could have done would be to leave the money with money lenders, so there would have been interest on the capital sum. If the man had no wish to trade the money himself, it appears that the businessman sacked the worker, which is appropriate. When you take on employment, there is a contract between employer and employee. The employee gives his labor and time, and the employer gives money in return. If the worker had not liked to work for the employer, he should have looked for employment elsewhere. If there is no other work, then the worker should still carry out his instructions, even if he disagrees with his employer's morals.
Now where is the story for you and me? Well, it's in the word talent itself. You see, we all have been given different talents by God, and it is up to us to discover what they are, and then to use them to our best advantage. As a child, I loved music, and when I got a guitar at age 11, I could hardly put it down. I was already singing in a church choir at that age, and have spent much of my life using my musical talents. Not only singing in church, but also outside church in open days and summer festivals, and even leading the music at the children's summer camp.
Find your passion. Then use your talents for the glory of God. But before you go, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.